What
We're on
happens? Now we're on.
You're
But
gonna
it's not
say
live.
what happens in Vegas, Pittsburgh.
What happens in Pittsburgh?
We all hit it.
We all hit it. I guess. Anyways, what's up, everybody? You don't want to do it too?
What?
You don't want to make fun of the way I see that?
What?
What's up, everybody? It's Josh and Jess from God Hates Unicorns, and we're here with another bands and artists we like.
Yes. That aren't as good as God Hates Unicorns.
And here with us today, we have one of my favorite people, Geno Stovall.
Hey, it's me. So I'm Gene, also known as Geno. I used to go by Gene Pool. I'm still using it for my journal. Starting a little online magazine. It's gonna cover things because I do a music blog, but it's just I've been covering individual artists, but through my page, which is just gonna feed into my website. This is a long story. I'm gonna try to make it short and meaningful. I have a website that I'm gonna have everything go through. I've been ignoring my website, but I operate super heavy on Instagram. So my Gene Pool page is gonna become a journal. I'm gonna stop using the Gene Pool name as my artist name for alternative hip hop. I'm gonna go by Geno Evil. Gene Stovall still gonna sing weddings and funerals, and they'll come together for tracks. I have a bit of a personality disorder, so I have to use different alter egos, so that way the money doesn't get messed up whenever I get hired. When I get hired, if I get hired, who knows? But we try to survive out here. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's all you can do. I really like the new name, Geno Evil, because the way you spell it, it's like love backwards.
Exactly. Yeah. And
So
there's a play on it. A lot of play on that. I'll let you go through. I actually, what does it make you think of? Like when you think Geno Evil, and it's like Geno Love. Like, what do you think about?
Well,
What comes to
I'm
mind?
going to be honest with you. It makes me think about that. There's this brand of like adult toys that they used to sell at the Sex Mart that there was like evolved, but it was like the love, and it's like love is back. So I always think about like dildos when I think about it.
Isn't that the place in Dormont?
No, it's not the place in Dormont. It was in
It used to be the Record Exchange.
No. I was never
Is the
at
Record Exchange still there?
that. I don't know.
Dormont, I'm not sure.
It used to be. It might still be, but I don't know.
Last time you guys were in Dormont?
I don't know. Before the pandemic.
Oh shit! I used to go there every day. I used to live in Dormont.
You figure it'd still be there because during the pandemic, you probably need as many dildos as you can.
Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah, I mean, that's what else are you going to do with your time? But no, it makes me think of like, obviously Geno Evil, see no evil. I like the love is
I
back.
like that. Yes.
Those are the things that
Love is back.
Love is
Yeah.
back.
No, because love is back. What do you think, Josh?
I was gonna say see no evil, but she took my answer.
Oh,
I even had it written down here.
You didn't have it written. That's
I had
a
it
bag. That's an Amazon bag. This is a blank.
I had it
Amazon
written
bag.
down and said see no evil.
It
And
doesn't.
I was thinking of that. Love in reverse would that be hate?
Love in Reverse is dope, and that should be the name of an album.
Yeah.
Love in Reverse. No, but you know what? I thought you guys were gonna get this, but do you remember G Love and Special Sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Just a little bit. I'm just gonna take a little bit of his music and try to throw it into the stew of what we're trying to do here.
Would be the
It all
sauce.
depends.
Throw it into the sauce.
Yeah, probably would be the sauce.
You guys need to be my manager. So do you guys have regular relationships with God, or is this like more of a unicorn conversation? Like, are you more in contact with the actual unicorns, or is it God?
I feel like I hear a lot of voices, and it's really unclear who's who, but I just listen and I follow the instructions, and it's going pretty well.
I love that. But that's what you're supposed to do,
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Just do what you're told.
It's just your own voice, though, right?
It sounds a lot like me.
It's like, what's up, everybody? It's like, oh,
What's
God,
up, everybody?
God,
Just
in my
gonna
head.
go burn down that building, and I'm like, okay.
She has not burned down any buildings in Pittsburgh.
You don't know that. You just met me. You don't even know me.
Oh shit!
you
Don't
know.
do it. Don't go to the strip. Be careful on the strip.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Everybody knows I'm not doing anything. I'm a weenie. I'm a big old weenie hut general.
You caused a Great White Fire, didn't you?
What is that even?
That band who set fire to the club, their pyrotechnics.
Yeah, I guess I did that.
Was that in
I'll
the
take
80s?
responsibility.
Was that the band that sang "Once Bitten, Twice Shy"?
Think so. I'm not sure though. I
They
just
had
know
one
the
video
name-
on MTV that I remember.
I just know they burned down a place.
Sounds about right.
I guess I was there, so I should
Yeah.
remember it. So tell us more about your new like online zine and like everything that's going to be like that, because that's exciting to me. I am a big like blog, big zine, big like that kind of thing like person. I really like that kind of stuff, and in revamping the website, something we need to do too. It's so hard to maintain, but I think it's so cool to have like everything in one place. So I think that looks. So I want to hear more about what you have in store. What do you have in store for us?
But this is what I'm thinking. There's are you guys familiar with outsider music?
Outsider, isn't that who's doing our thing today? No, I'm gonna look.
There's like there's a genre of music.
Oh,
and
okay,
it's
it's
like
a genre.
it's outsider music, yeah. And it's just
Okay, yeah.
like there's a lot of music that people would consider not to be music, but it's actually good. It just all depends on like who you are. Like for example, there's a band called the Shags that Frank Zappa and Kurt Cobain thought were like the shit. In this band, if you listen to their album Philosophy of the World, it goes down in history as probably the worst album of all time because they're taking it seriously, but it's really, some would say it's not even music, but if you listen to it in a different way, it's kind of it's rather awesome. But you have to be open for that. But yeah, so there's a lot of artists who do outsider music, alternative music, things that the mainstream don't really want to be involved with or affiliated with or whatever. And there's a lot of pop artists who aren't pop enough, or there's just a lot of forgotten artists that are really good. I want to find who these artists are, and I want to shine a light on them because I'm one of these artists. I feel like people just overlook me, and so I'm just like, that's why I started this, because I was working with some people, probably about 5 different people, and I just feel like I didn't properly know how to sell my own music to them. Like I didn't know how to say what I wanted to do. I just had all these ideas. I'm like, all right, help me package my idea, like that kind of thing. It was not fair to them because I do too much. So I'm like, okay. They'll ask me like, what artists are your favorite? What do you want to sound like? And I don't even know that I necessarily want to sound like my favorite artist, but it ends up kind of bleeding through anyway. And it makes for the type of music that I create. It doesn't sit well with a lot of people because it doesn't sound like the genre that they think it's supposed to sound like. So it doesn't work. You know what I mean? And and I kind of go in with a negative attitude about it. I know that there are some people that like it. I love it, but it's like I feel like I'm trying to win the mainstream for mainstream money, and it's hard to get there. So in me trying to get there, I'm recognizing that there's hundreds of acts that feel this way. And before they give up, and before they start doing some shit that they should not do, I'll listen, I'll cover. I'm only one person, but if I do it, then 10 other people will do it. But if I start covering people once a week, this was my idea. If I start covering an artist once a week who is like me, that I see myself in, something like that, then that can expose people to each other. And then also through the radio show that I have, I'll grab a handful of different artists and throw them together in the mix and try to get all these people in a conversation. So my radio show that I do and my blog that I do feature the same artist over and over again. It's just kind of it's like a circular motion of artists being exposed through each other out. I don't know. Like it's not exactly like that, but I don't know. But I'm not the best with interviews and talking.
No, you're good.
I'm better with asking questions. But
Tell us
yeah,
the names of those, the radio show and
oh yeah.
blog.
So the radio show is the Pullover Rivers radio program on 674 FM. It's like internet radio. And I live in Cologne, Germany, so it's out of Cologne. And the other one is called the Dap Dum Music Blog. Used to be called Dap Dum Eurozone. And the Dap Dum Music Blog, it kind of focuses on people doing, I mean, like individual artists who are doing alternative versions of their style or genre of music. So it's like alternative R&B, alt pop, alt hip hop, you know, things that don't necessarily mix together, coming together.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool. And those are both really cool to follow up. We'll put those in the links. That's something we didn't bring up. You're all the way in Germany. That's really far away. But you're from Pittsburgh.
I'm from Pittsburgh. I was born in New Orleans. I'm from Pittsburgh. I was raised in Pittsburgh. You know,
yeah.
I was raised in Beachview and Dormont, but I went to school in Beachview and the Hill District.
We worked at them all at the same time, and I'm certain we knew each other.
Yeah.
We had
from the mall. South
Hills Village, because you were at Sunglass Hut, and I was at Gloria Jeans, so there's no way we didn't see each other.
Exactly. We were right next door. When I worked at the Optique, we were next door.
Glory Hole Jeans. That's our next marketing campaign. Glory Hole Jeans.
Whoa. That's heavy. Glory Hole Jeans is crazy. Everybody is calling me right now. Why am I getting calls right now?
Because you're popular.
No, the phone doesn't ring all day, and then 8 o'clock comes and people know I'm busy. I don't know. Yeah. Glory Hole Jeans. Yeah. So like, I want to interview you guys so bad. All right. Okay. What's the next question?
I was just going to talk about, I know you have a new song coming out soon. Do you want to tell us about that? I got to hear it.
I did too.
You guys didn't, suckers.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys got, nobody got it. I gave you guys the sneak peek. I just finished recording it. So I did an album like called In the Bleak last year. And there was a song in there called Jean Jacket that I forgot to put a bass line on. I didn't forget. I just felt like it didn't need a bass line. And then I don't know what I was thinking. And then one night I'm listening to it. I'm like, this doesn't have a bass line, so I couldn't really push it. Plus I was using this Ray Charles sample for Hit the Road Jack. So you can't really you can only push it so hard. It's not like I have all the money in the world to push, or any money at all to push a song. So I was like, okay, at some point I'm going to revisit this song, redo it with an instrumental that I made, and then go from there. So that's what this is. So this is Jean Jacket Part 2, and I'm going to use Geno Evil as the artist's name versus Gene Pool instead of.
Okay, so this will be
Gene
the first thing under Geno Evil.
Yeah. So I'm really excited. Really excited about it. I'm going to do a music video for it. I was supposed to do a music video for the last song I dropped, which is called Cruel Pisces.
Yeah. I love that one.
Yeah. Thank you. I think I made it for like reference nerds and like trivia heads, you know what I mean? Like people who are really into like trivia, but I put it out on Submit Hub, and I got like 6 people that said they loved it, and then I got like 20 plus people saying all types of shit, from like, it needs to be mixed better, your lyrics don't make any sense, just a bunch of people who didn't get my references and how it makes sense. So
I got that. There was a lot of references there. I think that it was all very intentional, and if you don't get it, maybe, but I mean,
yeah. So I was going to do a video for that, and then I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm not going to do the video for this because no one's going to watch it. It's not good enough. So I need a song that's good enough. I hope that this one is good enough. If it's not, it doesn't matter. I'm making the video anyway. So this is Jean Jacket.
It is good enough. You second guess yourself all the time. Don't do that.
You're killing it.
You're killing it. You're killing it. They make fun of me because I'm always telling people they're killing it, but they are killing it.
Yeah, I mean, in a way we all are killing it, but I really do want to be killing it. Like I want to see dead people, like in the movies.
Yeah, I want to see death.
Yeah, like, I want to see like Bruce Willis is just like crawling up, just like, hey man, and then he's just like dead. you know.
Mhm.
I'm curious on the alternative hip hop scene. Who's your go-to artists?
Oh, that's a good question. Everybody, do you ever notice how everybody's like, if I'm gonna answer honestly, like I notice that people say that all the time. I was about to say it, but like there's no need to lie. MF Doom, I love MF
Yeah.
Doom. He just passed away.
Mm,
I love Riff Raff. You guys know Riff Raff?
I know
Mhm.
he was just in
Riff
Pittsburgh
Raff, he's
recently.
hilarious. The Alchemist, Jay Dilla.
Oh
Some of
yeah.
these people aren't, I mean, they're alternative hip hop, but they're also just hip hop. A Tribe Called Quest was the poster boys for alternative hip hop for a while,
Yeah.
in my opinion, because that first album was just, it wasn't like anything else that I had heard,
Yeah.
and I was a big fan of that. Geez, I liked Cool Keith for a little bit.
Mhm.
I love Dr. Octagon.
Dude, did
I
you
love
go to
Dr.
Laga? Did you go to Laga when he came?
I did not go to that show. No.
Oh, dude! So he's throwing fried chicken out to the audience
Oh man.
in bags. It was a great show, and when he did Blue Flowers, man, I just lost my mind. Like that, I still, when I DJ, I still throw that. I throw that song on all the time. And the instrumental, I try to use it as often as possible. I love that. Man, the alternative hip hop, arguably, it can be regular hip hop too. So there's many different answers, but I think those are going to be my go-tos. You know what I mean?
They're good go-tos.
Great choices.
Yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
big Doom. Have you heard the Doom stuff he did with Czarface?
Yes.
That's I like Czarface, and now it's some brilliant albums.
Oh, dude. So you're listening to some shit. Yeah.
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 I'm familiar with a lot of underground and alternative hip hop, and
You're gonna fucking love you're gonna love this Geno Evil shit. Then you're gonna love
I
it.
like what I heard today.
I know Jess loves it.
Like the flows were great, but like the music is really. I was like, oh, okay, this is not just a regular ass hip hop song. This is going for something different and cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I'm like trying to I'm using distortion and I don't know, man. Like my favorite band of all time is Nirvana, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like them, the Isley Brothers, Cream, The Doors, Sly and the Family Stone, Mint Condition, Tony, like it's all over the place. But because Nirvana is number one, there has to be elements of In Utero in the tracks. Like I did a song called Plateaus, which is just Plateau by the Meat Puppets. I sample the Meat Puppets and do it, but I do it because Nirvana did it for the Unplugged. And I don't know, you know, I want to just keep doing shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's a lot of people who are into that whole coming together of alternative rock and hip hop, but I think that the first wave of it happening put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because of Fred Durst.
I mean, well,
Hey,
the original
Limp Bizkit's good.
The original.
I liked Limp Bizkit. I definitely
was like DMC and the Beastie Boys though. But then
Yeah.
they get like forgotten in a mix because they weren't like the normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? But that I don't forget about them. I feel like it was happening back then, no doubt. But the Beastie Boys normalized, like they were like, okay, we're a three-piece, we're gonna be a band, and we'll perform as a band, and we can leave that identity, and we can also appear to be three MCs as well, and it all works in the lexicon of what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And it'll always be hip hop no matter what. Even when they do rock shit, it's hip hop. Nobody even questioned it because the Rick Rubin sound was a rocky sound. It was like a rocky hip hop sound, but because it came off like that, it was always considered hip hop. There was never any question about it. It wasn't until the 90s, you know, you get to the mid to late 90s, and then you get like these bands all of a sudden they look like they could be hip hop, but they're heavy like metal. But whenever they do interviews, they say they're like punk bands. So a lot of people get confused, you know, and I don't know. I just remember watching a lot of these interviews and a lot of these videos and shit. And you know, I thought the shit was cool, you know, because I was a huge Wu-Tang fan. And whenever I see that Method Man and Fred Durst are doing a song together, I'm like, all right, this is a moment in time, you know what I mean? Because like I knew that Method Man was gonna, when I saw him in the X Games jumping into the crowd and getting tossed around, you know, like he's crowd surfing at the X Games. I'm like, oh shit, man. I didn't even realize this many people knew who Method Man was,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and vice versa. There's a lot of people who knew about Limp Bizkit and Korn. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of music that was coming together, but it still didn't have the sadness. You know, it didn't have like all the elements that went into a quote unquote grunge song, you know, they weren't always present. It kind of like jumped over that and didn't focus on that. You know what I mean? It's almost like that shit died with Kurt Cobain. Like once when Kurt Cobain died, people were trying to go into a different direction. I find myself looking over here too much. I gotta switch this chair. Like I'm sitting on an angle.
No, you're fine. It's funny you bring up like the Corn and the Olympics biscuit and stuff. That's like when I started getting into like music. It's like when that stuff was coming out, I was listening to that and I was like,
That's what
yeah.
I hear in your voice when you sing.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's a great compliment. That's a great compliment.
Or
But,
you mentioned like punk and like hip hop and stuff, and like, which is funny because I always compared hip hop to punk. Only
Yeah.
when hip hop became popular, it didn't suck as bad as punk did.
Well, I mean, I wish I was old enough to really know. You know, I don't know. Like the more that I think I know, the more I realize I don't know anything. You know, I mean, I know a couple things, but not as much. There are some people who really know some shit about hip hop and punk. All I know about is the songs that I liked, and then I studied the artist based on that shit. So it's kind of like it could be any genre, but with these particular genres, they both got media popular in 1977, from what I'm understanding, and because of that, that kind of went into the shaping of my mind. I'm also born in 1977, so I'm like following certain trends and not being I'm too young to follow certain trends, and then I'm almost old enough to have a certain type of look and a haircut and an attitude about me, but I can't do it because I still, you know, like at home I'm supposed to be this good student, you know, like all this stuff. And I noticed that a lot of people were living that. So by the time we get to the mid 90s, and now I'm finally allowed to drink and I'm listening to music and I'm seeing how things change or whatever. I'm like, wow, I'm as old as all the shit that's getting blended together, which was always kind of blended together, but we had gatekeepers and the DJs that we had to worship in a way. I don't know, you know, like in Pittsburgh, we get what? We have 4 popular radio stations, you know, in the 80s. And that's how we got our music. If you're a Radiohead, and videos, not everybody had cable, so people weren't watching videos all like that. I think that people finally started getting onto that shit in the 90s. And I know a lot of people who didn't get cable until the mid 90s. And I'm just like, fuck, dude, you missed everything. Yo, you missed like HBO. Like we had a package at my house, right? So it was like HBO, the movie channel, Cinemax, like all at the same time. Showtime, HBO, the movie channel. Yeah, so you could get all the movie channels. And it was like early on, you know, you had to turn a key in order to get to the movie channels, and the remote control had a big cord on it. And,
oh wow!
I remember HBO was 66, MTV was channel 72, VH1 is 81, 22 is BET, TBS and TNT were like 23 and 24. Right? That's what I remember. And of course, you know, I remember like, you know, channel 11 and channel 2 and 4, you know, but it was crazy because you could watch movies like Stripes, and then you go to another movie channel, Stripes is on again, and then Star Wars will come on. Maybe you got Star Wars on 3 channels at the same time, you know? So I like watch these movies every day. I don't even know like why they let me watch these things, but it was great for my development, I guess, you know, because I was able to see that shit, but I wasn't really allowed to like go to the movies to see it. You know, I was too young. I was like 5. You know what I mean? They're not
Yeah.
gonna let me
Yeah.
just walk to the movies.
I remember 3 shows from when I was high school. Silk Stockings.
What is
Remember
that?
Silk Stockings?
No.
Whoa, that's like wasn't that on Channel 2?
It was on USA. Up all
Oh,
night.
right. That
Up all
yeah,
night.
it's a 10
with,
o'clock show.
Gilbert Gottfried and that chick. I can't remember her name right now. And then Real Sex.
Yeah.
Those
Real
are the
Sex,
two that, like,
HBO.
stick out of my head as far as being like a young adult.
Yeah.
Explains a
Wow.
lot.
Wait, what?
Fuck. That's like the same time as 120 minutes.
Mhm.
There's a lot of shows from that time period. No, but that's like right before Tom Green show and Jackass and stuff.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
That's like
Yeah, those are-
that's right before that.
But Duckman too. Duckman was
I
great.
don't remember
I
Duckman.
remember
It
Duckman.
was on USA. It was like
I don't
it was like an adult duck show.
What the fuck does that mean?
It was like a cartoon of a duck
Okay.
And,
But for
like,
grown-ups.
for grown-ups.
Okay.
So you were watching a lot of USA.
Yeah, because I didn't have cable. I did watch Real Sex when I would go to my buddy's house, you know. Wait, that sounded weird.
We just get together and watch it.
We just go and
Yeah,
watch it, you
little
know.
snuggle.
I lost most nights, but it was okay. But yeah, a lot of it was USA because that was the most risque thing. I grew up in like a highly Christian household, and like my mom was like Catholic and Methodist, so she's like a double Christian.
Whoa.
And so I wasn't,
that's 2 baptisms, man.
yeah, I was baptized naked. I was like that generation. Like I was dumped into a pool of water.
They didn't take you like to a river?
No, they didn't take me to a river. Luckily, I wasn't in a river, but I was like, you know, dumped in a bucket of water naked. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it was weird.
Where are you from? Are you
Well,
from
we all
Pittsburgh? You
attended
originally
it.
from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I'm from Pittsburgh.
They just did it
Where?
about 2 weeks ago.
I didn't get baptized 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you did. Then why were we all witnessing you getting into that tub? What were we there for?
I think you guys
he was
watching me in the shower.
Oh.
I think they were like, "Hey, he's getting baptized again." It's like, no, he's just washing his balls. like that's not the same thing.
Do you feel like every time you get in a bathtub now, it is like a baptism, like a re-baptism? Like, are you rebaptized every time?
I feel closer to God after
Yeah.
I wash my nuts. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
Yo, I need to know though, because like a lot of my music is God challenging, I guess, you know, because I used to go to church, you know what I mean? I used to sing in the choir. Like I went to church so I could sing in choirs and stuff. And you know, people were gung-ho about the Bible and they went to Sunday school, and I never went to Sunday school. I would just like show up for the service and sing, and you know, I was all about that. But everyone else went to Sunday school, I feel like, and I just wasn't into it, and I wasn't truly into the Bible the way that I guess I was supposed to be or whatever. But I still have this relationship with God, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a certain type of thing. And to have a band called God Hates Unicorns, I thought that was like super interesting. And I wanted to ask you, I know the interview's on me or whatever, but like, what's the deeper meaning behind God Hates Unicorns? I know there is one.
I'm happy to indulge.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the Creation Museum in Kentucky?
No. That sounds interesting though.
It is
The
very
creationist or creation?
Creationist.
Creationist. Oh, okay.
It's the people who believe
I may have heard of this, I think. Yeah.
Earth is like 3,000 years old, and people live with dinosaurs and all this stuff. So back in my previous band, we'd always tour Ohio and go down to our friend's place in Cincinnati. You know, right it was like right on the corner where he lived of like Kentucky and Indiana. So we would just
we used to in Covington, like around Covington.
He lived in Okeana, Ohio.
Okay.
And then like it was like a 45-minute drive. I can't tell you where because I was always like out of it because you know playing shows. But we'd go to a creation museum whenever we go there because it's a giant museum. They have animatronic dinosaurs.
I heard of this. Is this the one with Jesus riding a dinosaur?
They have a T-Rex eating a pineapple because before Adam and Eve, the first sin, all animals were vegetarian.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
so
interesting.
bizarre.
That's a lot.
It's
just a lot.
It's so bizarre. You should definitely, if you're ever there, anywhere near there, go there.
I definitely will. Now that I'm hearing about this, I feel like I heard about this before, but I'm liking hearing it right now. Yeah. So yeah, you went there.
I feel bad going there because, like, you know, one, I'm giving them money. Two, like, there's like children walking around and their parents like, this is real. I'm like, this is not real. There's carbon dating. We know this. We know this. They didn't eat pineapples. There's a planetarium and shit. Well, anyway, long story short, we got back to this dude's house and I was just drunk and like was talking some shit, and I was like, where are the damn unicorns at? And then it came out, like, well, God must hate unicorns. And that always, this is like years before the ban, like a few years before the ban. And it just always stuck in my brain that God hates unicorns. Like, they didn't get on the ark. They didn't, you know, whatever the case may be, they didn't exist, or they did exist and he killed them.
Yeah.
One of the two, like, God either knows we love unicorns so much and didn't ever created them, or they were alive before the ark and God said, fuck them, let them die. Like, one of those two things happened, in my opinion.
That's deep. That's definitely deep.
Or, you know, none of the above.
It's either this, or something else.
Yeah.
And I am going to guarantee you
it's B.
it's something.
It's probably B.
It's probably B.
It's B.
I like that.
So,
I always wanted to know that. Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I want to make sure we get back to you because I actually like talking about us.
Oh, I'm here.
Other people.
I'm here. Yeah.
But
we
it's
end
like
up doing it
conversation.
too much, and then it's like,
and it's
shit.
not nice. Like I like to talk about me all day, but you don't do that. But anyway, you shouldn't, because you should be polite. You shan't. Thou shalt not talk about yourself the whole time when you're interviewing somebody else.
That'll be in our indoctrination.
But it would make sense though if you brought people on and you're just like, well, you know, our band's better than yours, so we're just gonna talk about our shit while you
just do that.
Well, that was the initial idea.
Yeah.
And then
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Too nice.
Well,
I'm too nice.
I think, man, you guys must be so over with the music scene with this shit, man, because like you guys did what every band wishes kind of secretly that they would do, is, you know, you just become like, you're still a band, you're still doing your thing, but you just become your own late night talk show.
Yeah. Well, that's thanks to COVID. Thanks to all the thousands and thousands of people who died, because we started a podcast.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Like, we're like, we don't have nothing to do right now because we can't play shows. We can't practice with 6 people in the garage. It's like, now what do we do?
You're my only in-person pandemic friend.
Yeah. So it's like, start a podcast. And the initial idea was basically what you just said, talk about ourselves with other people.
Yeah.
But it ended up being trying to highlight other people because we like other people. Like, you're doing some great work, and, you know, and so we try to, like, you know, do that as well.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it's cool. I mean, that's why I'm happy to be here. You know, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You know, it's just, I watched it from the beginning. I remember just as everything was developing, even whenever like you guys were like, yeah, all right, we're gonna make these sock puppets now. We're actually gonna have glory holes. It's like, oh my God,
yeah,
we're just killing it. You know, it's like, you know, it's so late night talk show. It's like late night talk show from the 80s, like the way that like midnight would, like when it would be midnight on one of the youth stations, like what became Fox, channel 53 or whatever, channel 22. And how they would just have like smut TV. Not saying that you're smut TV, but I'm saying you so easily could be smut TV. You know what I mean? And people like me were really into that. So it's like, you know, it's just good to see that there's options, variety, people that are just saying, you know what, I'm alive. I take myself seriously. I'm gonna brand this shit. I'm gonna expose other people to other people. And you win just by doing that. You became your own media. You deserve a round of applause. I'm giving it to you in snaps. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And
I'm happy about it. You know what I mean?
Very same sentiment back to you.
Exactly. You are just dominating the scene and
killing
everything you're doing. Shut up.
You're killing it.
You are killing it.
I'm killing it.
You're killing it.
Killing it. I'm always like
I'm
so
trying.
impressed. Every time I see you,
But
you got your hand in something.
When
else.
is this new album
Yes,
EP track coming out?
when's the new track coming out?
Okay, so when the track is going to drop as soon as I finish the video, I'm uploading the song maybe tonight or tomorrow into my DistroKid.
Mhm.
And so I don't know when it's going to drop. When it drops, I just put it out. I try to do this pre-save shit, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how well it works. But yeah, when it comes out, I'm going to let people know. I'm also, as Gene Stovall, I just recorded Bette Midler's The Rose. And I
Ooh.
recorded it and I did a music video for it. It's really nice. I did it so that way people would know that if I'm in the area and you need a singer for any reason, including funerals, hit me up. I'll sing songs like The Rose at the funeral or the marriage or the funeral.
Can I book
Or
you
the
now? I
marriage.
don't know when I am going to need my funeral, but I want to have this in
Like
stone.
3 or 4 months.
I want to have a commitment that you will sing at my funeral.
Yeah, I'll fly in.
Okay.
I will definitely fly in.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you die, I'll sing your funeral because that
Thank
I really think that people need to start thinking about these things. I'm not trying to be like super dark or macabre or whatever, but it's
No.
just real shit. You know, like that's one of the reasons why I took the name Gene Pool on. It's just like I didn't get enough comic book heads like really feeling the correlation between Deadpool and Gene Pool. People
I
were
was thinking
taking it in
Gwenpool.
a completely,
Gwenpool.
huh?
Gwenpool. I was thinking Gwenpool.
Gwenpool. Yeah, well, that's the reason why I have to change the name because so many people like Gwen and Gene Pool are different by one letter.
Yeah.
So when you type in Gene Pool into YouTube, Gwenpool
says
comes up. And if you type in
mean.
Gene Pool in Apple Music, it's always that. So I was like, shit, man, I like this name, but the only way that it'll ride is you have to type in Gene Pool Music all the fucking time. So I'm like, all right, fine. I'll just make that a journal. I'll keep the name because I like it. And just go back to Geno, which is my name from 7th grade, Geno Jive.
Aw.
Geno Jive backwards is evil if you flip the J. So if you got evil, it sounds like evil. Flip it again, you got love. Geno's back.
I love it. Gino's back. Love is back. We love you. And
Yeah.
you need to check out everything Gino
Look down here or
or
up there.
I don't know where the links are. I don't
Yeah.
know how the internet works, but I'm gonna put it on there.
It will be on
Yeah.
there.
It's
You're
gonna be
watching
there.
it, so it's here.
We're gonna stick it in there
Yeah.
real nice. And
I
thank
have
you for
like
coming
some
on.
accounts. Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you.
We're gonna be talking again. I want to
Yes.
do an end of year review.
Yeah, let's do an end of the year review.
Yeah.
I don't know what it could be on. It could be on anything. I'm down to talk about anything, even if I don't know about it. I'll just try to learn about it while we're on the air. You know what I mean?
I don't do any. I don't know anything about anything. That's what I do every time.
That's why it's gonna be such a kick-ass podcast because like when you have people who admit that they're just like I don't know, I may know about it a little bit, I may not, and then you're just giving an honest opinion. Sometimes you can get really good conversations out of that, and people want to hear it. People want to hear it. They do.
They
I
do want to
swear
hear
they
it.
do.
You're gonna hear it.
They're gonna hear it.
Gene, thank you for everything. You're the best. We'll be
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
You're the
Everybody
best.
check them out, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.